Let's talk about Arsenal because whether you want to believe them or not, and we'll get into the sources, reports say that Arsenal are cooling down interest in Sesko due to high wage demands and the want of a release clause. Does this mean that the Gunners now have turned their attention back to Victor of Sporting Lisbon? Sesko or Gyokeres at this stage?
Maybe. I mean, what the talk's been right from the beginning is that Andrea Berta is coming as a sporting director. Does this a lot with players where he'll have two players that he's gone in for and then decides which one to go for. So it's always been the case it's one of them two he's going to get. If these rumours are true about a release clause, I would be moving immediately for Gyokeres because I don't like that. That means you're now looking at stepping stones and things like that. And I think there is absolutely no way Arsenal will agree to any release clause. And also, I don't think he should be demanding high wages at this stage because he'll still get good wages, isn't it? But I think he's like a 120 guy right now, 120k. Then you earn yourself up to. You can't be coming in now and talking about 200.
How's he going to survive?
Like that.
It's because he's looking at what Jesus and Havertz is on.
Yeah, but I still don't think he can even do that because you're 22. You're coming in as a young player. They're taking a chance with you because you haven't been prolific as a goal scorer. I think you come in at incentive base to get to that level. That's my
hit your KPIs.
Exactly. So for me, I mean, listen, we don't know. These are all the rumours going around, but I think, listen, if they do a U-turn on him and decide to go, they've got another very good alternative, which I would be. My first choice has always been Gyokeres. So I'm not. At this stage, I just want a striker, right? So whoever comes in, I'm going to trust.
Wouldn't it be interesting if you came in for Nicholas Jackson?
No, thanks.
You like coming in for our players?
No, thank you.
You sure?
Never know.
No, thank you.
Sure?
I don't mind Madueke. I think he's a decent player.
See, look, that's another player they're interested in.
But,
they're just looking at
no,
all
because I
players.
saw that link, but I don't think that's a player that we would get either. I think that's a bit of a rumour that's But I would like either of those players, Gyokeres or Sesko. But if he's messing around, get Gyokeres.
Later, mate.
Gyokeres is one thing. He definitely wants to come to Arsenal. He's told even people around him that I want to join.
He told Man United.
Told Man United I want to join Arsenal. So that's and to me, I would be more than happy with Victor Gyokeres.
How much would you pay Madueke, or for him? How much would you pay for
Madueke? Listen, I saw he's not worth more than 50 million.
60 million. Arsenal tax 10 million.
So 70 then.
Okay, 50 million max because even him, he's a good player, but again, he's still quite raw. I think he's still a prospect.
Okay, fair enough. On Arsenal then, when are we going to start seeing the links turn from links into?
Well, I think you see those. As I said, you'll see Zubimendi this week. You might see Kepa. I think as well. I heard that those two are done. Right.
I'm looking forward to seeing Kepa.
You're going to do
Kepa for 5 million as a backup goalkeeper. I think it's great business. Right.
I agree.
But the main thing is with whoever that is, that striker, and that striker I think needs to come in before pre-season.
Oh yeah,
and I think he will. I think that striker will come in before pre-season.
Right,
so I think over the next couple of weeks, max, you will see one either Gyokeres or Sesko will join.
But you're not stressing at the minute.
No, because at least I'm starting to see some movement. I think the big mistake from Arsenal, where Liverpool got this really right, is that sometimes you do have to think about the anxiety of your fans, right? Arsenal did no business in January, and it went down really, really badly. And then so if it would have been an ordinary season and they'd say, and they'd started how to wait, people wouldn't have been losing it as much. But because of what happened in January and that, because we haven't signed a striker for the past couple of seasons, that's why fans have been losing it. But where you guys are smart, I felt, is that you knew you were going to lose Trent, who's obviously was going, so you moved quickly for Frimpong. You did that, even though Frimpong...
Crowd pleaser.
Yeah, even though Frimpong weren't announced till, they knew that, let's get him in early, right, and let's get that all announced and that, even if he doesn't think, because then the fans will know that, all right, Trent's gone, but look, we've moved decisively. Whereas with Arsenal, they didn't. So you just left this void where people are like, look, what's happening? Which strikers coming? And lots of chatter. Because the reality of it is, as long as those signings come in before pre-season, that's the big thing. Get them in early, before pre-season. Let them have a pre-season so they can hit the ground running. And that is what is going to happen with Zubimendi. But I think they should have announced a couple of weeks prior that he was coming.
Fair enough. Arsenal fans in the chat, let us know, when is that flurry of transfer activity going to start for Arsenal? When is that striker actually going to come in?
I think the striker will definitely come before pre-season.
Oh no, you
Has
have
to.
to. Clara Bitsy, the best thing about Transfer Daily is the intro. I watch it for years. What is so special about this Transfer Daily intro? I know, but tell the people.
I don't know. It's just because I guess that intro's just been repeated a billion times over the 11 years, so it's become a famous intro.
Love it. Juno says, Don Robbie, will Kepa head to Arsenal to revive his career like Sterling and Jorginho? The last guy we took from Arsenal was Olivier Giroud.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. Jorginho came to Arsenal and he did very, very well. And
Very,
he didn't
very
do too bad for Flamengo either.
Oh, he played well the other night.
Played all right in that game. Listen, the Kepa signing for me makes sense, right? He had a great season last year, didn't
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he had a better season than Sanchez. Way better than Sanchez.
Do you want him to?
Huh?
No,
thanks.
free Spanish
You can keep
keepers.
him.
That's a great
I'm
shout.
surprised actually when everyone's there in. All right, I get why Chelsea wouldn't upgrade Kepa because that's been going on for too long.
We are not using him.
But I'm surprised you haven't gone and got Mannion or something. Oh, do you not even getting him?
I don't know what's going on there. If I speak, I'm in big trouble with this.
Apparently, you guys are happy with what you got.
Yeah, well, let them be happy. I'm not happy. I don't know what's going on.
Let them be happy, he says.
I don't want to. We're on daytime YouTube. I don't want to swear. I don't want to say things that I'll regret. I'm not.
Mike Mannion,
Let's let the window end. But I said
Magic
what
Mike,
I said
innit?
on that on Twitter, and people wanted to come for me, and it's not looking good.
Why didn't they go for Mannion? It wasn't like it's loads of money. Yeah?
Look, for me, when you enter a Rolex shop and you offer £10 for the Rolex, that's already discounted. Tells me you don't really want the Rolex. That's how I
Window
look
shopping.
at it. Yeah, you want to look like you want it. But you don't really want it. It's not even that you can't afford it. The wages weren't high. The fee was already discounted.
Really hope Cunha dunks on Arsenal on his debut, says Ronnie Dodge, and you will be there to see it. Big up, guys. I back Arteta, but he said goosebumps. Am I being too impatient? Kepa is meh, but Zubi has been done since January. When's it going to start, Robbie? Instead of when's it going to end, when's it going to start, Robbie?
Zubimendi be announced this week. There's a lot of people who was thinking that weren't going to happen. They said he's going to Real Madrid. As soon as Real Madrid came in and that, there was, it's happening.
All right, sweet.
And I think, Kepa, I think that'll get announced this week as well.
Clara
And then
Bitsy jumps
striker next.
and leaps to the defence here of Cole Palmer. 22 goals and assists in the Premier League is considered as defrosted. Fair, I guess. Coming with them stats.
Yeah, but it's not been...
Don Robbie, get Tumbleweed to present Transfer Daily. There's nothing happening. Says Captain.
People say that. As I said, probably one of the people were mocking and laughing when on Transfer Daily I said that I'd heard that it's done since. I said a very, very, very good source told me that's done.
HP
Right.
again.
Yeah, well, HP's
He was
come
correct.
through. Exactly. Yeah, the HP's come
Hold
through.
tight, HP source.
Yeah, big
Other
up.
sources are available, as we should always remind them. To be fair to you, right, when it comes to consistency, the Transfer Daily is a show you've been doing for like 11 years now.
Yeah.
And Kenya put it in the group, like the first ever Transfer Daily.
I know, I
So
saw
big
it. I
up to you,
couldn't
man.
believe that. It was like...
Big up to you, each and every time.
Well, what was the first one? What was it like?
It's like 10 pixels
yeah.
on some potato phone.
Basic.
I need to see that.
Very
Someone needs to send
basic.
me that.
You know, like the DS has a camera on. Nintendo DS.
Lord heavens.
think
There's a
so.
camera on Nintendo DS's.
On the old one, yeah.
Jesus.
On the 3310.
I can't even remember that.
It was in colour, that one, wasn't it?
Fixed this in
Yeah,
colour.
no, it's good. Yeah. I'm only being
I
cheeky,
can't
aren't I?
remember.